We've got Jackson Dean on Pure Country at the CMA Awards 2023. How have you been?
Running like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, I'm like, you've been everywhere. And I was looking at your touring schedule, and your touring is already booked until next year at this time.
Mm-hmm. we got a lot of next year booked.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to take a little time off next year, give my man a break for a minute. The holidays fly by.
Yeah, I bet. They're not long enough.
No, and more often than not, they end up being just as busy.
Yeah.
With family and all that.
You're in Canada next week, though, and you have a lot of Canadian dates. But what has it been like? Because last time I saw you, we were in Toronto, and you played a really cool showcase there.
Yeah.
At the perfect venue, I feel like, for fans that get to see you for the first time. But is it fun for you to get to come back to Canada and play some bigger rooms?
It's and we're coming with Pardi.
Yeah, it's gonna be a party.
And it's gonna be a party. No, we've been really excited for that. I want to come play Canada, and my folks know that.
Yeah.
I want to go international.
Yeah.
We hopped across the pond twice this year and just got back from Australia. So I want to be international and Great White North up there.
Yeah. You're ready. You got your hat on.
Yeah,
You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Maybe switch out for a parka with the leather,
Yeah,
but hey,
I'll
you'll
go
be
grab
okay.
my Carhartt.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I'm excited, and especially with Pardi. And I think we're gonna have a couple guests out to some of those shows.
Nice.
Fred Eaglesmith.
Cool.
Might be popping in.
Nice.
We've been doing his 49 Tons, and it's just old song that's been
awesome.
covered a whole bunch. But
Super cool.
But yeah, we're real excited. All those size rooms, or the size room that we played last time we were there, is about the size room that we were playing over in Europe.
Yeah.
And a little bit longer, but some of the hottest shows I've ever played in my life. My God, they don't believe in air conditioning over there, and we got over there in the middle of a heat wave. So.
Well, you're going to Canada in a good time. You're not going to be hot. I promise you.
I'm excited
You'll be good.
for the cold.
You'll be ready for the cold.
Yeah.
And so I think I just saw you announce a couple more dates in Australia with Lainey for next year.
Yep.
Is that wild, like going so far away from where you grew up and people
is.
knowing your songs?
It is.
Yeah.
Like, it took a minute for, not for it to hit me, but to just comprehend, where I was in the world. Like, I was like,
how far from home you are.
Antarctica's like 350 miles that way.
Yeah.
If you got on a boat and went 300 miles that way, you're in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts
wild
to me.
I've not been that far away from home, so I can't even imagine.
My father's been, he took my two brothers for 2 weeks, and I've always wanted to go because they got to go.
Yeah.
And
well, now the reason that you get to go is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a school trip.
Yeah.
This was on tour, you
Yeah.
know. And they're really awesome shows. They're very respectful and they're really into it, and they just love music, and they're so laid back. The Aussies, they're so laid back. Very like-minded people.
Yeah.
You know.
What's been the coolest moment that's happened for you in the country music world since you came into country music?
I've got to meet some
pretty cool people.
Some pretty cool people that I've admired most of my listening music career, but probably getting to play the Ryman here in town and scooting over and playing Royal Albert, iconic places. Anytime you get to do anything like that is really awesome. But probably the Ryman here in town, that means to every artist, and if it doesn't to somebody, then it should.
It should
but
more.
It means so much to be able to play there. I've seen so many shows. I've seen Billy Strings, Black Pumas, Billy Osborne, in that room. Jamie Johnson and Alison Krauss in that room, and it's just a holy place, man. That's a highlight of my life.
Yeah,
is getting to play that, and yeah.
Super cool. Okay, you mentioned a lot of really cool names. Is there someone that's at the top of your list of tours that you would love to be a part of? Because you've been on a lot of really great ones, and you're getting to tour with Lainey and Jon Pardi, but is there one that if you could go out on the road with anybody, who would it be?
I would, just out of my own heart, my first show I ever went to see was Whiskey Myers.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't front row, and it was I was at a Fillmore, a little club.
Yep.
This was when I was probably 14 years old, and when they were first kind of going out, Lonely East Texas Nights had just come out a little while beforehand, and but I remember standing I was 10 feet away from Cody and just watching him, and his hair was short, and I'd been listening to them for years.
Yep.
But out of
Love
my
them.
own selfishness, I would love to do a tour with them one day. And
I hope they see this and maybe it'll happen.
Yeah.
Put it out in the world. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Jackson Dean on Pure Country.